Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, October 15th. Some more rain is headed into the mid-Atlantic region thanks to another cold frontal system that is moving towards the east coast. Only a couple of isolated showers right now in the mid-Atlantic region, but showers will become more numerous this afternoon and there can be a thunderstorm mixed in. That rain should continue at least through the early part of the evening hours. Then that cold front sweeps off the coast and it looks like rather decent, albeit cooler weather for the midweek from Tuesday through Thursday. Before we get more focused on the local weather, let's take a look at the tropical situation. Here's an infrared satellite image, and we do have a strong tropical storm. This is Rafael, and it's very close to hurricane status right now with 70-mile-per-hour sustained winds. I suspect it could become a hurricane later on today or certainly by tonight, as it seems to be undergoing a strengthening process right now. Just to the north here is a small island of Bermuda, that little dot there, and it's just on the north side of Puerto Rico, which is situated right about here. A nice inflow coming around the eastern flank of this storm, and again, it looks like it's strengthening. In fact, if we now take a close-up view, we can see that the thunderstorm activity is quite impressive. And here is a visible satellite loop on a close-up view of Rafael, and quite impressive convection activity going on right now. Again, there's no eye, but it does appear to be strengthening. Since it's just shy of the hurricane status of 70-mile-per-hour sustained winds, I suspect by later on today it could very well become a hurricane, and then Bermuda will have to certainly monitor the situation over the next few days as it will continue to turn towards the north and could very well affect Bermuda in a couple of days. Well, let's get back closer to home with the U.S. surface map for this morning. Again, another cold frontal system here. We've had a long series of cold fronts coming through. Not too uncommon this time of the year, but this will develop some decent rainfall. Right now, the best rainfall's south of the mid-Atlantic region. In a region like this, we'll look at the radar in a moment. But all this will kind of expand to the north and east during the next few hours. And while there's just a couple of isolated showers around now from D.C. across to Philly and New York, it'll certainly become more numerous shower activity later on today. And some of that rain could actually come down pretty hard at the end of the day, especially along the east coast. And there can be a couple of thunderstorms mixed in as well. Behind it, cooler, drier weather for Tuesday and Wednesday, and that should continue into Thursday as well. So rain to start the week, but then a few days of pretty decent weather come Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Out west, it looks like rather warm conditions out here with temperatures pushing up into the upper 70s across Denver, Colorado, and quite warm along the west coast for the next couple of days with temperatures pushing 80 degrees by Tuesday and into the 80s on Wednesday. A cooling trend will set in along the west coast late this week. And here's a current radar loop. Again, just isolated showers here from D.C. across Philadelphia and New York. So there can be an isolated shower, nothing more than that over the next few hours. But a little more sustained activity is already forming now across southwestern Virginia and western part of North Carolina. That'll kind of expand to the north and east over the next few hours, and I suspect there'll be numerous showers and maybe a few embedded thunderstorms from D.C. across to Philly and New York City by the end of the day, especially the mid-afternoon through the early part of the evening hour. Looks like the best time frame for the heaviest rainfall to occur as this cold front presses towards the coastal region. Again, that front should sweep off the east coast by the middle of tonight, ending the shower threat and paving the way for a few days of decent weather on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Well, let's wrap up with a couple of computer forecast maps. This is from last night's 0Z GFS model run. This happens to be for this evening, and then we'll take a look at Tuesday evening and Wednesday evening. That front by later on tonight will be right along the east coast, and quite a decent area of precipitation looks like will develop here across the mid-Atlantic region, especially from the I-95 corridor east towards the coast. Again, the radar does not look impressive right now, but I believe it'll fill in, and it'll be rather impressive looking by the middle of the afternoon from D.C. across to Philadelphia and New York City, and all that will reach the East Coast by late in the afternoon and continue until about the middle part of the night, and then that front sweeps off the coast. Drier and cooler air moves in. Here's the forecast map from last night's GFS model run for Tuesday evening. Dry weather here in the Mid-Atlantic region. It'll be cooler than today. Today will reach the 70s in most Mid-Atlantic locations, but be confined to the 60s on Tuesday. Meanwhile, upstream here, we see quite an impressive storm, a 984 millibar low in south central Canada. This will probably become the main weather story of the week later on in the week as it moves towards the Great Lakes, and it'll become quite an impressive storm in the western Great Lakes region, and we'll take a look at the next chart in a moment. But this, by the latter part of the week, it'll be quite an impressive storm over the western part of the Great Lakes with some heavy rain associated with it and some strong winds. And here's the map for Wednesday evening from the GFS, and here's that storm as it moves towards the Great Lakes. They've been kind of dry, places like Wisconsin, but by the latter part of the week, that'll become quite an impressive western Great Lakes storm, and it'll dump some more rain on that region and some strong winds. You very well could send some rain here. You see on the south flank of that storm is cold frontal system. That'll head towards the mid-Atlantic by about Friday, so we can have some showers to close out the week, just like we'll have some showers later on this afternoon to begin the work week. Well, that's it for now for the SIweather.com. I'm